There we go. Try again. Good afternoon. Welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View from the beach. We've got that one. Let me just change that. Just get the charts. Just do it's all coming through sound. Let me just double check this. Yeah, it's coming through fine. All good in the hood. First live during the game for a while. Let's get it done early. Let's see if we can get the comments up on the screen. Can we put the scoreboard here? I'll get the scoreboard up there. Nah, it's crap up there, isn't it? Let's just keep the scoreboard down there so we know where it is. Morning, Ryan. We've seen the team out. The team that we've got playing today. I'm going to make sure that I've got it on. Yeah, I thought I would change the background for this one. Just Sutton's a bit dismissive of Kelechi. You should remember that he came to us as a household name. His best days behind him, according to his critics, who wasn't wanted at his club either. Yeah, that's right. I mean, Sutton slating anybody as a has-been is ridiculous, because let's face it, Sutton was a player that wasn't fancied at Chelsea at all. He was a player that was Chelsea thought were absolute garbage. You ask any Chelsea fan and they will say that they didn't rate him at all. Brendan Rodgers is now talking to Sky. Brendan expects us to be dominant. It's interesting the way that Dundee have set up. According to this, I mean, Dundee are setting up a 3-4-3. Talking about Dyson's injury. Brendan been very dismissive of when he's going to be back. Not unsure. Seven games in 21 days, Brendan Rodgers talking about. Brendan Rodgers wants to build momentum. Can we build momentum today? I don't want a late win in the last game today. I want us to be confident. Performances will come. No. The Sky's asking, should there be clarity on Brendan Rodgers' position at the club in the summer? It's raining in Dundee. Sorry lads, had to do this. Exactly. Chris Sutton says Brendan Rodgers will want to leave on a high with another league title in his bag, which is right. I mean, there's no need for him. There's no manager comes out at this time of the season and says, I'm going to be leaving at the end of the season. It's far too early for that. It's only October. Right. Chris Sutton isn't sure that Celtic can beat Hearts next weekend. Tell me what your thoughts are on that. I'm just going to change where the comments are coming up. Yeah, it is, mate. We need a quick start today. Yeah, we do need a quick start, Joseph. Interesting. No to the Sky's question. I know, Sky, I just need to... I mean, there's Casper Schmeichel who laughs with John Kennedy. Yeah, I thought I would just cheer you up this afternoon because it's pissing down my rain back home. And I thought I'd just put a nice little beach scene on, just to let folks know that it's sunny. There's the players coming out onto the pitch at Dundee, coming down the stairs. Dundee captain. I've got a cracking picture of me and an old mate up in Dundee, or was it Hamilton? Hamilton's ground, I think it was. The thing is Dundee are a big physical team. They like to put the boot in. And they do have a player. There's Stephen Presley. Stephen Presley walking out. Pissing down his Alloa. Pissing down in Alloa. Let me move this so I can get to see the... Yeah, it's raining in Glasgow. Oh well, you need a nice beach. I mean, it's not the view that I'm looking at, but they're showing racism the red card. I think it's a big game for Kieran Tierney. He needs to prove that he's the player that we all know that he is and that he can be. Got to say, the pitch at Dundee's looking really good. It's not that's unusual for the pitch. What if they painted it that green? The pitch is looking amazing up in Dundee. Yeah, I thought I'd just go to the beach and just turn the camera around and face out the window. I was going to keep this. I think for the games, you can go for the sort of full-on studio look, and I thought people need a little something just to take their mind off the numbness of the football. So, and it's pissing the rain, and I'm not wanting everyone fed up with the weather and stuff, and being fucking Celtic playing side to side, passing pish. Pitiful home crowd pissing down at East Kilbride. It's always a crap home crowd when they're not playing good. When they're playing well, Dundee get a decent team, a decent backing for their team. But when they're not, Murray's the man to watch. That ginger fucking mental case, because he's bonkers, isn't he? That Murray for Dundee. I think he is a bit bonkers. Is that a picture of Lossiemouth, East Beach Buzz? I wish. No, it's not. Don't know where it is. They spent a fortune on the park last season. Good on them. Yeah, I'm back home in Loch Lomond. Yeah. Surprised that the start lineup says Eddie. As we are about to start, let's get the timer. Where's the timer? Match. Get the timer ready. Come on, ref, blow the whistle. And he blows the whistle. Celtic. Dundee put it straight back to the keeper and then a long ball straight up. They are playing 3 up front. And it's went out. Well, this is going to delay the game. What about not affecting the team? This is going to take ages to clear off the pitch. They're going to have to get a sweeper on to get that. That's going to take ages. This is... What I say, the ages of the Green Brigade has reduced, isn't it? A lot younger. And people will say, with all the checks into the ground, Brendan's fizzing. No wonder. I mean, this is... The players go through a war. I mean, I'm all for the back... I'm all for... The Celtic collective and the Green Brigade now are going to start splitting fans, because players set up. I thought they didn't want to do anything to upset the narrative of the team. Totem Revs fucking about with athlete schedules. Game's not even started and Casper's picking his balls out of the net. Yeah. Wasted energy. It's bouncy balls, plastic balls, tennis balls. I mean, I'm all for protesting, but Celtic could end up getting fined for this. Do you know what I mean? I think there's better ways to protest that doesn't affect the players. Tennis balls, golf balls. Do the fans not realise that this can cause players to lose focus? Yeah, it can. And I don't want to belittle anything that the Green Brigade and that are doing. I'm all for getting rid of the board. But it has to be done in a manner where you're not affecting the team, surely. Surely. And now they're throwing more stuff onto the pitch. Kieran Tierney's even putting his hands up. They're throwing more stuff onto the pitch. Fucking idiots has just came through. Now there's fans sitting... Schmeichel's asking the Green Brigade not to do it. The Green Brigade... I'm all for protesting and to know, but this can... When you do something like that and you throw a ball like that, say a player stands on one of those tennis balls and twists his ankles. Say one of our own players goes over on his ankle and he's out for 6 weeks. I mean, I can remember when... Casper is looking... I can remember when the Green Brigade did it for a game that was starting late and it was done for TV. And yes, if you want to make a protest, don't affect the players. I think it's not helpful, I don't think. But anyway. Casper looks junky. Yeah. I mean, that's my thoughts. If somebody throws one of them on the pitch, and say Cameron Carter-Vickers doesn't see it, stands on it, and it twists his ankle, which could happen. And why do it? Why do it at the start of the game? Why not do it at the second half when it's the Dundee keeper and the Dundee players that are picking the balls up? Don't know. All the evidence you need that they don't care about the team, says Paul. I did say that this is why our players aren't performing due to self-entitled little lads. I did say that there could be a chance. I don't want to talk about it. Let's forget about it because it's given them airtime. And yeah, Joseph, I think that you're. And I did say that there was a possibility that this could happen. Do you know? I thought the agenda was not to affect the team. People say they pay their money. I wouldn't go that far, Michael. The thing is the. No, I'm not going to talk about it. We'll talk about it after the game. Right. Anyway, Tierney's on the ball. Back to McGregor in midfield. McGregor turning, going forward. Ball out to Tierney. Tierney forward to Yang. No, it's not. It's Rio. Sorry. Dundee are closing down fast. Carter-Vickers nearly slipped with the ball there. Tony Ralston, ball forward, but misses out. Rio Hatate. Tenekte on the ball. Cuts inside. Callum McGregor gets the ball off him. Tierney slows the game down a bit there, I thought. Here's Rio Hatate, but Rio Hatate gives the ball away. Yeah. Yeah, Yang's he's on the screen, look. And he's playing. Said for years the Green Brigade are not Celtic fans. They are, but they have their own agenda. And the integration between the fans collective and the Green Brigade is getting a bit muddied in the waters. Green Brigade showed disrespect to the Celtics fans collective, who are mediators. Well, you don't know if this has been something that was this in conjunction with the Celtic fans collective? Was it in conjunction with the Celtic fans collective? If it was, this is meant to be the people that are representing you, so right, we're 8 minutes into the game and we're still focusing on that nonsense. 9 minutes into the game. Let's get back to focusing on Celtic, because Dundee have just got a cross ball in. Why did Schmeichel not come out for that ball? Why did he allow Tierney to put it wide? Schmeichel should have been out for that all day long. Yeah, but you can't, Paul. You can't when the Green Brigade and the boys are throwing stuff onto the pitch like that. Off Dundee. I'll tell you one thing. That could have been in the back of the net if he'd connected with that. Dundee just had a chance. First chance of the game. Oh, he totally miskicks it, doesn't he? Totally miskicks it. Casper isn't watching, as per normal. Hearts host Celtic next Sunday. Yeah, we all know about that. One, two, three, four at the back. So Dundee are getting back in. Oh, Jesus God. Liam Scales, what was that? How can you header a... You're running forward. Scales is running forward, but he manages to header the ball out of the field of play when he's in the midfield. Yeah, John, I'm all for protesting outside Celtic Park, and I think that, you know, delaying the team and then the warm-up of the team, the players going onto the pitch, the mindset of the players, they're then having to pick all these balls up and throw them back off. It changes the mindset of the player, and then they've got to get back into the game. And then you're not getting the start that you wanted. Brendan Rodgers wants the team fast-attacking football, you know, get a quick goal. It's again, start again stuff. McGregor on the ball, passes forward. Tierney forward. Tenecti forward. Tenecti, can he get past his player? Tenecti cuts back and Tierney with a cross in. Poor cross in from Tierney. I mean, it was a cross to nobody. Biscuit tin, he'd... But if we're going to slow the game down like that, they'll end up getting banned, the Green Brigade. Celtic will just ban them. And I don't like to say that, but this is what will happen. Celtic will ban the Green Brigade. Poor one from Hatate. Really poor one. You're on 13 minutes. You're 20 seconds ahead of me. Tynecastle is tough at the best of times, especially when I mean, we're getting ahead of ourselves. We need to win this game. Scales nearly giving away a foul there. I mean, they're playing five at the back when you see it. There's Benji on the ball. First I've seen him on the ball. Scales going forward. Right up outside the box. That was a shite ball, Scales. That was a shite ball. He's now apologising for the crap ball. Yeah, we need to win this first. Yeah, I am actually. I've nothing on my feet. You want to see my feet like? You didn't ask. It's dire. Do you know why it's dire? It's because, I mean, that was a half decent shot by Kelechi. Hits the outside of the post. I just think it takes, when things like that happen, it takes... we're taking too long on the ball. Dundee on the edge of our box. Get a cross in. Oh! There's a ball back in for Dundee. Callum McGregor heads it away. Shot for Dundee, but it goes that high. I've just seen it fly past the window and it's still going. Scales coming forward with the ball. I'm not far from the beach, to be fair. Could walk it in 5 minutes. Less than that. We need a quick goal to settle down. Well, I think that was the Celtic plan until the balls came onto the pitch. Dundee starts 6 goals. Same old shite. I think Brendan Rodgers will say that the team didn't get off to the start that they wanted due to the stuff getting thrown onto the pitch. No team fear us now. Nah. Jesus. I tell you, Rio Hatate gets... Rio Hatate, honestly. Yeah. Monotic Hatate style. There's no club in England going to take Rio Hatate. The English league is a physical league. No one's going to take Hatate because as soon as he gets any physicality about him, he's just not out for it. Ball in for Dundee. How? He gets a free header. Who was marking him? Terrible defending. Terrible. Cameron Carter-Vickers lost his man. Unbelievable. Surely it can't be obstruction. If we're having to... It's been confirmed. Unbelievable. Dundee, that have only scored 6 goals all season, are leading against Celtic. Always a goal for set play. Plenty of time. Yeah, there's plenty of time, but that was a poor. That was Rio Hatate. Rio Hatate, the lead up to that, Rio Hatate not winning his duel, the ball then going out for a corner. That was Rio Hatate's in the making. Then you've got to say Cameron Carter-Vickers losing his man in the box, letting his man get a free header. Absolutely terrible. And we're playing Hearts next week. Hatate with a chip forward. Kieran Tierney misses an open goal. Kieran Tierney misses an open goal. He's onside. Keeper makes a good save, to be fair. Comes off the keeper's foot. £12 and he scuffs it wide. Now it comes off the keeper's foot, I think. We've got Yang at least. Scales getting in about it with the Dundee captain. Scales gives it back to the Kasper Schmeichel. We are shite. Kasper can only catch cheeseburgers. Yeah, Yang's not been on the ball, has he? Ball gets stolen off of Celtic. Dundee fly away forward up the pitch. Celtic at 6s and 7s here. This quick early ball comes in from Dundee and Kasper Schmeichel makes a save to punch it, pushes it away. Dundee get the ball back. Dundee do get the ball back and they're coming back into the box again, and it goes out for a goal kick to Celtic. Jesus. Hearts are going to run right with us next week, yep. I mean, Celtic could have been 2-1 up by now. We hit the post, we hit the bar, sorry. Another one for Tenecti. Can he keep it in? Oh, too much power on it. And Yang couldn't keep it down. Hits it way over the bar. We're just not clicking, are we? Yang should hit the target with that. You've got to hit the target. You've got to hit the target. Yang has to hit the target with that. He's got a free ball and he skies it over. I mean, that's a side footer into the net. Yang doing his Yang. Simon Murray and Carter Vickers. I tell you, Simon Murray is going to be all over Carter Vickers and Liam Scales today. Right, Tierney with the ball to Scales. Scales coming forward. Passes it back to Cameron Carter Vickers, who gets the ball out. Yang gets nowhere near it. Ginny, it's just a car. Ginny, get in. We'll go shut that door. Ralston with the ball. Kalmak. Rio Hitati passes it back to the defenders. Switch out wide to Tierney. Dundee sitting with everyone back on the edge of their box. In no hurry to go forward. Tierney puts the ball out for a Dundee throw. 23 minutes, 55, 56, 57 into the game, and it's 1-0 to Dundee. Dog is telling you we're barking. Yeah, it is. The dog has more bark than the Celtic team. We better move to the League of Ireland the way he's playing. Yeah, it's true. I mean, they've flooded the midfield, and Celtic have no way of. They know that we're sitting with 3 in the midfield, and they're sitting with. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the midfield just now. Celtic can't pass their way through that because we've not got the players. Kelechi comes back to McGregor, Tierney with he's playing the ball into position rather than playing the ball into a player. Tierney, and he's hitting it straight into a Dundee player. Come on, Celtic. You need to get to the second balls. Come on, that's it. Hatate. Dundee are just sitting back comfortably, waiting to pick a mistake up and hit Celtic on the break. Like now. Tierney gets the ball out for a throw-in to Dundee. Thought we needed some excitement today. Hatate would be benched at St. Roach. St. Roach is absolutely immense. Come on, Celtic. Cameron Carter-Vickers walking forward with the ball. You can walk forward with the ball you want as a defender. When they're sitting back, you need to pinpoint past their player. And that's what we're not doing. I mean, Yang just gets the ball taken off him there. That's weak by Yang. Very weak by Yang. Just singing, are you? I'm live on YouTube. You didn't know that. No. Alright, Dundee are going forward again. Oof, that was a hit. Why is that not stopped? That was a sore one. It's alright. Hatate with it. Celtic need to move faster. Why is Hatate looking back the way and he's not passing forward? What's wrong with real Hatate? He slowed the game down there. It's allowed Dundee to now get back with every single player behind the ball. Terrible. Terrible. Absolutely woeful by Hatate. Kept on looking back. Waiting to pass the ball backward. We have a cracking big striker not getting the supply. Yeah, that could be said about Adam Ida. I mean, if Adam Ida was on it, that's a foul. How does it not get booked for that? I mean, if Adam Ida was on the pitch just now, he'd be getting slated as doing nothing. Como beating Juventus. Kuhn on the bench again. Is Alex Baye playing for Como? Here we go again. So, I mean, giving the ball to Cameron Carter-Vickers and Liam Scales in the Celtic half is nothing, because the Dundee team are doing what every other team do. They go right back, sit back, which allows your defenders to come up as far as they want, and then Celtic do nothing with it. Celtic will get a corner. Can we do something from the corner? Let's play for a draw. Let's not play for a draw, because if we do, the league table doesn't lie. Benji, who's been very quiet today. Jesus, that was poor. Back in from Benji, straight back out from Dundee. There's no fight. Paul, how would Ange make a difference to this team? Ange doesn't have the players that he had his first time round, and bringing Ange back would be a massive, massive mistake. And Brendan Rodgers isn't leaving, and I'm not one for wanting Ange Postecoglou back. We need to go forward. We brought back. Are we just going to keep? Do you want to bring back Neil Lennon? Do you know? As the missus laughs as I say that. Come on, Celtic. Ange's last 6 months were shit. Yeah, they were shit. And people forget that. The football was shit. But they only look at the good point. Another ball in for Dundee. Cameron Carter-Vickers hits it away on Hope. Gets it to Tenecte. Tenecte turns around, gets past the player. Rio Hatate passes it back again. And then is that slow going forward that it slows the game down? And Dundee have now got everyone back again. If Hatate's got space, give him the fucking ball. Tenecte, this is going to go nowhere. That was a... Jesus God. That's terrible by Celtic. Absolute terrible by Celtic. Playing the ball out. Yeah, I mean, we're on the edge of their box and then we're playing it back to the halfway line. Where they're almost going man for man at the back. Kelechi, the fewest touches. Yeah, but if his name was Adam Ida, he would be getting slated. It's like, what is Kelechi doing? Adam Ida got unbelievable amount of stick. I mean, Dundee are closing the pitch right down here. That's a terrible ball. Tierney gets the ball on the edge of the box. Can he get it back? Tenecte should have went with a quick one there. Callum McGregor, deflected, goes out for a corner. Callum Cameron Carter-Vickers got taken out there. That should have been a foul. Yeah, it's not good for my blood pressure either. Just glad I've got this background to keep me calm. Tenecte with the ball. Hatate making runs, but I don't know what Hatate's moving about, but it's as if he's moving into positions where he knows he's not going to get the ball. I mean, he's went right from one side of the pitch to the other. Passing's terrible. Dundee just launched the ball forward. Oh, come on, that was never a foul. He never elbowed you, you clown. Two of yous fell over. Hearts will destroy us next week, says Big Bruce. I think we're taking too long. Callum McGregor again with a shot. Blocked. Rio Hatate gets the ball. What can he do with it? Gives it to McGregor. Back to Hatate. Did Hatate take a shot? Oh, it's a... God. Scrambled away with Dundee. Dundee are just going to launch the ball upfield again. Oh, he's managed to keep the ball. He's taking on two Celtic players. Dundee are now pressing forward with four players. Celtic struggling to get back. And the ball goes out for a corner. Liam Scales kicks it out for a corner. Just when you thought, and you come into a game like this thinking that Celtic are going to be playing absolutely great football, when Murray would be strong for us, yeah, he would. But he's not Champions League level. Don't know. We know the level he's at. We're getting smashed by Hearts next week. Yeah. Hearts will be looking at this going, this Celtic team's not that good. Benji's too thin. A lot of these Celtic players are just the physicality of them there. I mean, I know the modern day player is big, tall. Dundee with the ball in. Tierney. Dundee with a shot and it goes wide. That was a terrible shot at goal. Terrible. Don't give it to Scales. Scales to Cameron Carter-Vickers. Oh, to Yang. Yang then comes back to Kalmak. Kalmak goes forward. Bad pass by Rio Hatate again. And Rio Hatate gives away a foul. I'm dreading next Sunday now. I am dreading next Sunday. Interesting watching James Forrest behind Brendan Rodgers there. James Forrest is an experienced enough player to know when things are going bad. He's been... Dundee keeper has just been given a yellow card for time wasting. James Forrest is experienced enough to know that when things aren't going too well, when you looked at Brendan Rodgers, and the look on James Forrest's face is he must be thinking, when is Brendan going to change it? When is he going to do what he done before? And he must be thinking, playing like a bunch of strangers on the park. The passing nonsense between Carter-Vickers and Scales needs to stop, because they must take up about 100 passes. I mean, there's another one. Is he going to go forward? It's a diagonal ball for Scales. Does it hit his man? Tenecti doesn't control it. That was terrible with Tenecti. The quality of our players has drastically reduced that much. There's the next manager is going to have to do something. Yang with the ball out to Tenecti. Yang's decided just to come over beside Tenecti to get the ball. Yang with the ball goes out for a throw to Celtic. Scales with the ball to Cameron Carter-Vickers. Cameron Carter-Vickers out to Tony Ralston. Forgot he was playing. Tony Ralston with the ball to Benji. Forgot he was playing. Yang with the ball to Hatate. Hatate gives the ball away again. A woeful pass again by Hatate. Tenecti. We're expecting more for him. Tierney hits the ball off the linesman, who stops the ball. That just puts Celtic under pressure. It stops the flow of the game. Dundee, as we thought, sitting with everyone back. Callum again. Does he take a shot? It's so congested in there. I mean, Dundee have got every single player in the box. It's going to have to be a pinpoint pass, a header, a fantastic cross. But Celtic, I mean, they're in. Oh, here's a ball can't. Oh, come on. He takes the ball 10 off his feet. I mean, Celtic are basically camped in on the Dundee box here, but Dundee have got everyone in the box, so kind of hard to break that down. Cameron Carter-Vickers takes a shot, force it out for the corner, and we get the corner. Now, what can we do from this corner? Next manager has to come in January. We cannot allow Rodgers to lead this team the second half of the season. No, that's the wrong time to change manager. Wrong time to change the manager. Jan can fuck off the park. Yeah, the board are to blame. I'm not denying the board are to blame for this. People are saying it's Rodgers that's the fault. It's not Rodgers that's the fault, it's the board. But the board are 100% to blame for this situation that Celtic are in, not Rodgers. Rodgers can only play with the players that he has at Celtic's. Do you know? And if he's getting told that he has to take players that aren't the quality that's needed. Benji slipped on the ball. Jesus. Benji looks too thin for me. There's too many of these players have just not got. I mean, we need players. We need John Hartson type players to bully some, but we've not got anybody. There's nobody in the midfield that can bully anyone. Scales to Carter-Vickers. Who did you expect me to say? To Tony Ralston. Tony Ralston kicks a ball over to nobody. I mean, Yang was nowhere near that. It was a hit and hope. One, two, three, four, five, six. This is terrible. Honestly. Kelechi has done nothing in the game. Kells, the manager's mate, has done nothing. We sold Adam Ida, who would be getting slated by people online at this point. Dundee have got the ball on the edge of the box. Celtic just not getting anywhere near it. And that's a really bad ball for Dundee. I don't think there's ever been a time that I've ever distrusted so many Celtic players. We've always had a Celtic team who's maybe got one or two players who you're thinking, oh fuck, he's going to come on. But it's usually a substitute. Benji McGregor, harsh shitty to have to fill the gap. When you're playing against five in midfield and you've only got three, Brendan Rodgers needs to tactically change the team. And he's not doing that. Tierney with the ball into the position, not to the player again. Too many of the Celtic balls are getting played into a position, expecting a Celtic player to run into said position. But then what happens is Dundee have got that many players back that you just can't get in. Don't give it to Scales. Oh, fuck's sake. Jesus, Hatate. Turn around and run with the ball. Why does Hatate do that? And we're way back to Scales at halfway line. Tenecte is going forward. He's one of the only Celtic players that consistently go forward, but he's just had the ball taken off him by the number 7 from Dundee. Lightweight. Too light. Too many of these players are lightweight. I'm going to say it. Too many of these players don't have the upper body physicality that's needed for the SPFL. Too many of these players... we're missing Taylor coming inside to help out that midfield. I don't even think that's the answer this year. I think it's worse than that. I do think it's we're getting bullied all over the park. We're getting pushed off the ball. Do you know the upper body physicality of the Dundee team is far superior to Celtic? Going to say that. Scales passes it back to Carter Vickers. Carter Vickers he's went forward. He's passed it back to Calmac. Calmac to Benji. Benji out to Yang. Can Yang do anything? Yeah, he runs backwards and passes it back to Cameron Carter Vickers. Come on, Celtic. Oh my God, here come Dundee. Dundee going forward. Dundee with a cross in. Cameron Carter Vickers puts the ball in the back of the net. Dundee. Cameron Carter Vickers puts the ball into the back of his own net. I think that Michelle says she can't watch it anymore. This is a fucking joke. Dundee too shock. This is shocking. Why didn't Scales close the player down? Why did Scales allow the player to get up so far up the pitch? Unbelievable. Scales is shite. Scales is absolute pish. Scales is shite. Absolute shite. Scales let his man come from the halfway line without putting in a tackle. Scales is absolute woeful. Absolute woeful. And the worst thing is, Dundee have now jumped up the league to 9th position. Nobody fears us. Nobody. Dundee, who were second bottom of the table, are beating Celtic 2-0 as we're on 47 minutes. Hatate, take him off, sell him. Benji has been man missing in this game. And the whole Celtic midfield, Callum McGregor's been the only one that's really wanted to pass the ball forward as he passes the ball forward here. And that's saying something. Rio Hatate with the ball. What can Rio do? He misplaced passes again. Get fucking Rio Hatate off that pitch! Rio Hatate is the biggest waste of space in a Celtic jersey I've ever seen in years, and people want Ange Postecoglou back to manage this piece of shit. Tierney with the ball. Celtic going forward. Tenecti cuts inside. Shite. Absolute shite. Ralston hits it that far off. It's now landed at Celtic Park. I don't know what Yang was doing there. I mean, and as far as Tony Ralston taking a shot 40 feet over the wall, it wasn't even 40 feet. That wouldn't even went through a rugby goal. Half time. Just blow the whistle, ref. Oh, come on. Liam Scales. I am. When you think Liam Scales can't get any worse. I mean, look at the shirt pulling there. And there's half time. I'm absolutely gobsmacked at that. And the game started off, it was late starting off due to the fact that there was fans threw balls onto the pitch. Celtic got off to a slow start after the ball situation thrown onto the pitch. Dundee 2, Celtic 0 at half time. I have no words for this right now. It's absolutely unbelievable. I'm going to go and grab a drink. Give me a minute or so. It's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. I'll just check this manual. I mean, where do you go from that? Where do you go? We're so bad. Blame the Weenheads, the Green Brigade. I'm worried about next week. I think that Celtic are that was so bad. I mean, having the fact that they thought they were going to try and get off to a quick start. Brendan Rodgers was fuming, absolutely fuming with the supporters that threw the stuff onto the pitch. And you can understand why. Because the players maybe wanted a quick start into the game. You know, they wanted to get stuff out and get the ball out quick. And then they spend the best part of 6-7 minutes having to pick balls up out of the net. The keepers had to pick 2 balls out of the net as it was. Kasper Schmeichel pleaded with the fans to stop throwing stuff onto the park. And we never looked to get... It took us about another 15-20 minutes to get kind of going. And people will start to blame the manager at this point. I don't blame the manager. Because you can only play with the players that you've got, and that's not being an apologist for the manager. I think that the manager, you can blame the manager all you want. Supporters just don't want to watch this shit. So throwing balls onto the park is a great way not to watch it. Just, we could be 5 or 6 next week. There's no way back now with this shit. McGregor's last season as a regular starter. If someone else in, yeah. I'd say McGregor's been the best midfielder. And I would go against you, Gorbos, because I think McGregor's been the better midfielder. Benji's been missing in action. Rio Hatate, don't even get me started on Rio Hatate. Rio Hatate misplacing passes, passing in areas where he's hoping someone will be, passing the ball in hope. What happened to passing to feet? You know, playing a ball into a position, hoping that somebody runs onto it. Maybe works in training, but during the game, you need to be looking to see where the players are and passing right into feet. Because, believe it or not, you have oppositions in Scottish football that decide to play everyone at the back. Celtic have been piss poor for a while. Yeah, they have, but... So poor. I'm going to change channel because it's just froze. You kind of hope that it is going to get better, and all this does is it motivates factions of the support to say that they were right. And I was kind of hoping that we would maybe get a performance today for Brendan Rodgers and the team to go, do you know, we're doing our thing here. We're just going to keep on doing our thing, try and win the games, try play good football, but it's not happened. It's not happened at all. And we're now getting beat 2-0 by Dundee, who now find themselves... only Celtic could allow Dundee to jump 2 places. Aberdeen are now back second bottom. Motherwell are 10th. Dundee are in 9th. Winning 2-0. Dundee, who have only scored... Well, they've now scored 8 goals all season. They'd only scored 6 goals up to this point. They've scored 2 goals in this game. I never thought that Dundee would even score in this game. Having Dundee scoring 2 goals was not an option. Celtic should have been way better. And there we've got that Egypt fat Boydie. Boyd's putting a bit of beef on, isn't he? Michelle, the next time you see him in the pub, tell him that he's... That's terrible. Carter Vickers. Carter Vickers totally loses his man. Totally loses his man. And why do we never put players on the post? What happened to the good old days where you put players on the post for corners? Sutton's not looking impressed. The fact that Sutton's had the laughing face on for years, and I think he's like the rest of us. It's unbelievable to see how, I mean, this ball scales 6s and 7s. I mean, why he lets the player go in with a tackle? He doesn't. He lets him run rings round him. Doesn't even try and tackle the player's skills. Dives in at the last minute when the guy's already crossed the ball. Scales is woeful. Celtic are woeful. Unbelievable. There's absolutely nothing positive to take out the first half at all. Nothing. Which is unbelievable. Hard to watch. It's harder to watch. Hate to say it, but Hearts are going to bust us next week. Yeah, the manager is choosing the likes of Tati and Ralston. That's on him. It's not the board or anyone else, says Lauren. Ralston's more experienced. Is more experienced than Colby Donovan. So you can understand why he's going down that road. Listen, Kieran Tierney should have hit the back of the net. Kieran Tierney puts it... I don't even think it hits the keepers. Benji slips in the box. Open goal. He slips on the ball. That's embarrassing by Benji. We should have been at least 3 goals to the good in that half. Benji slips over he slips over the ball himself. Tierney puts it wide. Kells, Iniecho, big Kells. What's he done? He hits the post. He's shite. If it was Adam Ida, everyone would be on here slating Adam Ida. If fucking Adam Ida's bound to be laughing, going, "Thank God I'm away for the hate mob." KT can fuck off. Why did we actually bring him back? As he plays Donovan in Europe and then won't play him in the league. I have no idea. I've no idea. I'm at a loss to anything. Give me a second. I'm going to go and get a drink. Get Neil Lennon back. Not a chance. Leave that chat out. That's get Neil Lennon back. Jesus, sack Rodgers, get Big Ange back. No, I wouldn't. Just get Neil Lennon back. Let's stop bringing back in ex-managers. Celtic to win 4-2. Can we turn it around that much? Let's hope the coaching staff. Ange versus Muscat. Terminado. Yeah, tell me about it. Dundee were more hungry. Yeah. Yang is hopeless. Yes. I said that before the game. Yang's completely hopeless. Do you think we can get back in to win this game? Yes. But Dundee will play for a draw now. Dundee don't need to go forward. Dundee don't need to take any chances. It's not good. CCV looks bored. I'm getting sick of Cameron Carter-Vickers. I'll be honest. I think that he either needs someone in the defence with him that can go forward. Because this Cameron Carter-Vickers and Liam Scales nonsense is fucking... I hope you've got a vintage whiskey, Baz. You'll need it. Des, I have no drink in the house. This is a massive wake-up call. There's no confidence in this team. Yeah. Dundee will play for a 4-0. Yeah. Looking forward to equaliser, getting it changed and getting the goal. Go for it. Oh, the right wing is better than Yang. Yeah, Yang's woeful. Yang's terrible. More and more starting to look like Brendan Rodgers has lost the dressing room. I don't think so. I don't think he's lost the dressing room. I think that the board has needs changes, but with who? Well, when you look at it's on the bench, McCowan's on the bench. Bring McCowan on. Bring McCowan off. Take off Rio Hatate. Bring on Arne Engels for Benji, because he's been shite. Benji's done nothing in the game. Benji's too lightweight. So is Engels. We've got a bunch of midfield players that couldn't lace Scott. Not one of these players in midfield could lace Scott Brown's boots, and none of them should even. I mean, none of them should be even anywhere near this Celtic team. Sometimes it's woeful. It's one of the worst Celtic teams I've seen in a long time. It's got the COVID season written all over it, isn't it? Let's have 4-4-2. Get Schmeichel off. Yeah. McCowan's been our best player since... yep. McCowan for Kalmack for me. I think Kalmack's been the better of the midfield players, to be honest. I think he's the only one in midfield that's actually got pass marks today. And that's saying something. I mean, Kalmack's had a couple of shots at goal. Do you know? Take Tierney off. I'd take Tierney off. Bring on Scarachi. It'll be interesting to see what the Green Brigade do at the beginning of the match if they take up their demonstration. Now, was the demonstration organised by the Celtic collective, or is this the Green Brigade and the boys going out on their own and doing other demonstrations out with the Celtic fans collective? Because we know the Celtic fans collective put out a statement saying buying no more stuff at Celtic Park, this is the way that we're going to do it. And then the Green Brigade and the boys going to throw balls onto the pitch to disrupt the start of the game. If there has to be, if we have a collective, we have to all be behind the decisions that's made by the collective. If we start going off in tangents during games, it doesn't do the collective any good, and that's the last I'm going to say on it. We are worse than that. I'm not confident for the semi. I'm not confident in the semi. I think Rangers will beat us at the semi. A new manager wouldn't be able to get any more out of this. Now there's balls hitting our keeper. I'm just going to see what Chris Sutton's saying. James Forrest looks like he's coming on. Johnny Kenny's coming on as well. Kelechi's been 10 off his shite. No, he's not. Kelechi's still on. Johnny Kenny. Whew, Johnny Kenny's on, so we've got two strikers on. Just waiting on the game kicking off. The game starts. They're not confirmed the subs yet. Celtic are in a predicament. Massive predicament. Crazy ass predicament. Now it looks like that Johnny Kenny may be playing with two strikers up front. Brendan Rodgers has changed it to play two strikers up front. Yeah, he's Johnny Kenny and Kelechi are playing through the middle. Why didn't he do that at the beginning of the game? Celtic do like scoring at that end. Hatate giving the ball away again. Celtic win. 4-4-2. Yeah, it looks like we went to a 4-4-2 formation. Why didn't he make the change earlier? Why did he wait to half time? 3-5-2. Who's playing at the back of the three then? So there's the change of shape. But Dundee are just doing what, I mean, there's Kelechi and Ayacho giving the ball to James Forrest. Dundee don't need to go in and do anything. Why is Hatate always passing the ball way back to Skills? We need a midfield player that can get the ball in the middle and turn and run with the ball. Hatate gets the ball, hits it back to Scales, and then runs away out to the wing and hides out in the wing. Scales just passes the ball out completely. Scales is woeful. Scales is absolutely woeful. Adamida had 18 months to sort himself out. Adamida scored 29 goals for Celtic. That's all I'm saying. And he would be getting utter stick. Kells isn't getting any stick from anybody. Adamida scored 29 goals at his time for Celtic in the 18 months. 29 goals. Kelechi will be lucky to score 10 this season. Mark my words for it. Tenecti getting doubled up on. Tierney, bad ball. Casper to McGregor. McGregor going forward. McGregor going forward again. McGregor to Hatate. And Hatate hits the ball back to Cameron Carter-Vickers. He's not doing it just once. He's doing it nearly every time he gets the ball. He hits the ball backwards and then turns around and runs away to the side to hide. Jamesy Forrest coming in on the wing. Rio Hatate passes the ball back to Jamesy Forrest. Back to Rio Hatate. Can Rio Hatate get a cross in? Come on, Rio. And that was shite. That was a... Celtic fans throwing stuff onto the pitch again. Unbelievable. Tierney just back for the poster boy in Cell t-shirts. Whole team is hiding. Yeah, they're that. Do you know what I mean? We knew Simon Murray would put pressure on the back too. Scales puts the ball out to Tierney. I've never seen... Tierney's not the player that he used to be. There's Rio Hatate on the ball. Oh, he gets a forward pass to Benji. Kalmak out to Tenekte. Back to Kalmak. Come on, Celtic. Dundee just need to sit back and do absolutely nothing. Because there's no pressure on Dundee now. There's no pressure on Dundee at all. They've got the 2 goals in the bag. They just keep playing this way that they're playing, and Celtic will never get round it. Team lacks imagination. Yeah, it does that, doesn't it? Serious lack of imagination. But what do you do? What do you do? Celtic just hitting the ball and hope. Completely just hitting the ball and hope. Oh no, here we go. Simon Murray takes on Cameron Carter-Vickers. Cameron Carter-Vickers wins the ball. Who passes it back to the keeper. We are so slow coming out from the back. No pace at all coming out from the back. I mean, Rio Hatate slows the game down. Every time. Iheanacho. Yeah, we're not as good as what we think we are. I think our fans need a wake-up call. And this isn't... this all goes down to the board. It's all down to the board. Benji with the ball. Cross in. Johnny Kenny tries an overhead kick. At least Johnny Kenny's in about the box trying to do something. Oh man, this is getting such a hard thing to do. Sit and watch this live on air. It's murder. The midfield for Celtic are woeful. Absolutely terrible. CCV's been bad for 12 months now. The whole team have regressed under Rodgers, not knowing when to move players on. Big Rab, it's not up to Brendan Rodgers to move the players on. The last transfer window will show you that. Yang was out the door. This is the board. It's nothing to do with Brendan Rodgers. You can't blame Brendan Rodgers for players being at Celtic too long. That's just nonsense, mate. Dyson Maeda said his goodbyes, packed up his locker at Lennoxtown. Didn't think he was coming back. That's not down to the manager. That's down to the board. Callum McGregor forward to Benji. Benji's running forward with the ball. He's got Jamesy Forrest in plenty of space. Takes too long. Forrest with the ball. Forrest past these players, goes to the byline, gets a cross in, and it gets to the Dundee player. James Forrest back in the ball. I've said it for weeks now. We struggle when people go to the back five, back whatever. We completely struggle. That was another shite cross, man. We are passing so. Nah. Maeda never did come back, really. He's just here in person. Tierney's a downgrade on Taylor. Benji's a downgrade on Matt O'Reilly. Iheanacho. That was shite, mate. Iheanacho, you fucking put the ball out. You fucking moaning about. That was a shite cross. I actually feel like just switching this off. Baz, I'm 60 and never seen a Celtic team embarrass us so much. Can you give everyone pass marks? No, you can't. It depends on what you mean pass marks in this game. There's not a lot of. I don't know why he's never made more changes in the midfield. Rio Tati is pish. Rio Tati shouldn't be near a Celtic shirt for me. His passes are woeful. We came back and drew 3-3 against Dundee in January, says Michelle. Johnny Kenny's the brightest spark on that pitch just now. I don't know what Rodgers is writing down. Fucking, why is he taking notes? So you can fucking read them back later. No way back here from Celtic, yep. I want to go to the pub, says Brian, yeah. Me too, meet you there. Do you know, when you laugh at Rangers yesterday, and we're getting beat by Dundee. I think it's going to take a massive overhaul at Celtic next summer. I'll be honest. I think when Brendan Rodgers leaves in the summer, the next manager will have to bring in players, and Celtic will have to spend money, and it's money that fucking Hatate, you've got to hit the target, man. How can you be on the edge of the box, centre a goal, and put it wide? No, he's not. It's always going wide. It's fucking. Michelle says, I miss Taylor, Kuhn, Kyogo, Matt O'Reilly, Jota, and Alistair Johnson. Yep. every one of them would be in the team. Every one of them. Every time somebody mentions that, I could listen again, be for 10 years, you know what's coming. He's taking notes because it's so embarrassing to watch. Yeah. Aye. Yeah, they've had a lot of the ball. I mean, the stats, well, fucking stats look brilliant. I mean, the amount of touches that Celtic have had, yeah, woohoo, whoopie-doo. Fuck off. Pass accuracy is down at 8 to 9%. Pass accuracy at Celtic's usually around about 91, 93. 500 and I mean, the stats are terrible. 532 passes, 82% of the ball. And we're getting beat 2-0. We've had not one shot on target. Not one shot in the game. Tell you one thing, it's a long drive home for folk after this game. Because I don't see where Celtic are going to get goals from. We lose this game, we lose against Hearts, we lose in Europe, and then we lose against Rangers. And you bring in a new manager. It's the same players. A manager can't make that much changes. Luke McCowan's going to come on and Michelangelo's going to come on. Kel's hit the post. Jesus God. I mean, Tierney's... just sick of it. It's fucking... Celtic at their best, man. Benji should have been off at half time. He's done nothing in the game. Tenexte. Why not take Rio Hitati off? Yeah. This is the worst thing about it. My dad's actually used one of his holidays to go and watch this utter shite. How many other fans use Sunday with their family for this tosh? Yeah, I know. Corner for Celtic. Benji's about to be replaced. Can we get a goal? Feel for the fans travelling for this shite. Yeah, I feel for them too. There's no use putting a ball right into the box like that when they've got big 6 foot odd players and they've got about 7 of them in the box, right in the 6 yard box. Balak Wisha is on. Luke McCowan is on. Brian Harkin says he's been sober for 3 years and he wants to get drunk now. This has got the COVID year written all over it. Who will win the league is anyone's Celtic. Scales. It's too early about losing the league. This is giving my arse a sore head. I just don't know where Celtic go for here. Yeah, it's looking more and more like a defeat. It's an embarrassing defeat at that. Getting beat by Dundee. They'd only scored before this game. They'd scored 6 goals in 8 games. They've scored 2 goals in this game already. They were only scoring 1 goal a game on average. Less than 1 goal a game. Brendan Rodgers, for me, needs to change formation. I don't know what they do on the training pitch, but Luke McCowan with a corner for Celtic. Ball in for Celtic. Full. Carl Mack, take a shot! Take too long on that. Took too long. That needed a one-touch, steady himself shoot. James Forrest, a double on James A. Take a shot, Carl Mack. For fuck's sake. If you get 2 or 3 yards space outside the box, just take a shot when you've got a bit of space. I do believe the fans protested affected the team, says Thomas. I think so at the beginning, but as the game went on, that should have been left behind. Most negative football in the last 20 years. Complacency reeks throughout the club. Brendan won't walk. No, he won't walk. Brendan Rodgers trying to get the players to go a bit quicker, telling them to speed things up. Can't wait till our next home game. Oh yeah, that'll be great. The atmosphere will be fantastic. Let's see if they throw balls onto the pitch then. Aiden turned off at half time. Can't watch this pish. Oh, some of us have to do it just for the banter. Two efforts on target the whole game. Balls right. Where do we go from here? It's going to be shite. I would like to find out after the game is did the fans collective know about the Green Brigade and boys action that they were going to disrupt the game? I thought with the statement that came out from the Celtic fans collective, saying that they decided on a way forward and it was going to be buy no more merch. blah de blah de blah. Celtic Fans Collective. If you're going to act as one, not another penny was the thing. Not another penny at Celtic Park. Following the widespread agreement amongst member groups last night at the fans meeting, the Celtic Fans Collective have launched the Not Another Penny campaign. Blah blah, they go on. So this is the way that they're going to demonstrate against the Celtic board. Now, were the Fans Collective in agreement with the balls and the disruption to the game today? And if they aren't, it means that there's now factions that are deciding to do their own thing within the fans movement, which then brings animosity, because there'll be people at the game that will go, what the fuck are they doing that for? And they'll feel compelled not to say anything at the game because, well, it's banners against the board. Oh, that's all right then. But it disrupts the team. We get beat 2-0. And they all took to blame the protests. See, this is what I'm talking about. But this is what you'll start to see. Penalty, penalty, penalty. Oh, it's a penalty. Penalty! Saved! Handball. Oh, his hands are up. His hands are up like this. It's a penalty all day long. Oh, of course it's a penalty. That's his hands. Oh, come on. His hands are up like that. His hands can't be up like that. I don't care if it hits his face. No penalty. It's even worse than a bad Sunday. Fuck's sake, man. I mean, someone has to make a decision. Probably get Maloney as manager. Yeah. No penalty. Unbelievable. Yep. Loved it when the Green Brigade started back in 05, 06 because it helped start it. All those guys have left now. It's a statement brigade. Yeah, it is. I know quite a few guys that were original members. Myself, I know quite a few of them that have left and that have nothing to do with it and don't believe in anything that they do now. It is a statement brigade. It's but do you know, there are still some people that are there and thereabout from the original days. Not too many, but there are some. The thing I loved about the earlier original members of the Green Brigade is they were more about the singing side of it. The back in the team, you know, they did do protests, but when was the last time that the Green Brigade came out with a decent song that the fans caught on to? Long time. It's not been in the last couple of years, is it? Discoland. I mean, coming out with songs that would get the whole support behind. Brendan, football is boring now. They don't speak for me. It's not that bad. Yeah, it is. That tide is coming fast. Yeah, I need to watch. I need to watch it. Maloney would find a way to get injured even as manager. Maloney's not a motivator. I'm at every home game and sing, do our best, but it's different now. Yeah, it is. Dundee with a cross in. Dundee. Cross in. Good cross. Off. I mean, the home games too. It's the dire worst football in 20 years. Yep. It is that. It's worse than the Ronnie years. It's worse than the Ronnie years. Off the back arse of a Dundee United player, Hitati. It's definitely not Celtic's day. I should have stayed home in my bed. Yeah. Rogers needs to get simple. His hunger is gone. Is it his hunger is gone? We put the same ball in for the corner, every single corner. What the hell was that? Scales and Calmac. Need a few lines. Yeah, do that. Take a point just now. A point wouldn't be a bad result, but we don't deserve a point. We deserve to get beat on this show. We don't deserve a point at all in this game. Point, that's wildly optimistic. Yeah, there's no chance we're getting a point here. I can't see Celtic scoring 2 goals in the last 10 minutes of this. Yeah, definitely. This must be one of the most least creative teams we've had for years. No way we're getting back into this game. Nah. Glad I didn't waste my free bet. I'll keep it for the next time. Oh, Rob. Roger's been conning clubs for years. He didn't really He didn't con Celtic the first time round. Come on. You need a manager that can play a different. How does any manager play against a team that sit with 10 players in their box or right around their box? This is what we're up against. And this is what brings us to the passing back to back, passing side to side. Any manager is going to do that. And his players, it's going to be a case of, do you know what I mean? Yeah, I know. He took Rio Hitati off on the 81st minute. It was just terrible. Terrible for the manager. This is our worst performance in years. Yeah, definitely. Hurry up, Jota. How would Jota get past these players? Because they double up on Jota. Why does McGregor stay in the park? You could say that about so many of the players. His passing's woeful, man. He's shouting at all the other Celtic players, blaming them. It was a piss poor pass, mate. That's twice he's done that in the game. Shitty passes, and then he's shouting at all the other players, telling them that they should be running. It was the start of the downfall. Yes, it was. And that was all Brendan Rodgers' fault because he put that man in goals. Well, we couldn't score today and right, Strachan at Dundee. Why didn't Celtic keep him at... Oh, sorry, we've got his son. Mr. Laptop. The best thing that Dundee did was take Strachan. This is an embarrassment. This is worse. This is worse than that result that we had in Europe. I'm going to say that. In the dungeons. That's what I feel like. Let's get back to the beach. There's just no movement. I mean, there's movement, but it's just... nobody creating anything. Tierney. Back to Cameron Carter-Vickers. Back to Tierney. Scales. To Tierney. You can pass. Do you know what other manager is going to be able to change that about? Mikel Ange, we've chased him for 2 years and he's shite. What does that say about the Celtic recruitment team? We've been linked with this guy for 2 years. Lightweight, pushed off the ball. No upper body strength or physicality. Simply pushed off the ball. Give me your player of the match for Celtic in the comments section. 'A lifeline? It's not a lifeline we need. Name your player of the match in the comments section. "85 minutes. McGregor in the box trying to get the ball passed to him. CCV got the goal. Yeah. This is just woeful. Man of the match has to be the ball. None. So predictable, no imagination, no pace. Piss poor, to be honest. No player of the match for me. None deserve it. Oh, Johnny Kenny was unlucky there. Just got the ball stolen off his foot on the edge of the box. Dundee on the break. They just need to run out of the park. They don't have to do it. Scales is woeful. He's pulling his shirt. Scales deserves that yellow card. Why does he always do that? Look at him laughing. Why has he always got to pull shirts? Unbelievable. Man of the match, any player on the bench that wasn't used. Yeah. Do you know what's embarrassing is you're going to hear boos from the Celtic fans at the end of this game. Where's the sack the board chance now? If you want to sing sack the board, you start it now. Do you know, if you want to put your word across to the board, you start it now. Bring back Weedham Belly. Carmen Carter Vickers to Scales. Who else? Scales. Oh, he finds Michelangelo. Tierney. Listen, you could pass the ball about in front of your team. No problem at all. When the players, there's nobody moving about in front, is the issue. Calmack tells Carter, James Forrest loses the ball. Now this guy's got a bit of athleticism about him. Look at the pace this guy's got. He's free. Oh, man. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Yeah, it's the poorest I've seen. This is worse than under Ronnie. I'm going to say. I mean, I liked Ronnie's time at Celtic, but this is worse. This is worse. And at least Ronnie came out and said before the end of the season, I'm not going to be renewing my contract. Let's hope Brendan Rodgers comes out and says after the turn of the year, like, I'm not going to be renewing my contract at Celtic. So the Celtic board get their finger out and bring someone in of a decent enough calibre And let's hope Celtic change the system. Let's hope we get a manager that comes in with a set of balls that go, no, fuck off, I want my own backroom staff. I don't want fucking John Kennedy and fucking Gavin Strachan. I don't know what they do. I want a manager that comes in and says, right, this is my terms. This is my terms to come into you. Not a manager that's going to go, yeah, I'm just happy to come to Celtic. It's fucking Celtic. What do you need? Fuck all, just myself, man. I've just come myself. Fucking brilliant. I mean, I know that Ange did it, but I mean, it's the same backroom staff, isn't it? So you can't blame the manager, and only the manager. I think that we need a change, top to bottom. Top to bottom. Won't be any type of manager with this board in place. Get Ange back to now. Nope, that's the worst decision you could ever make. Ange's football was terrible towards the end. Come on, the Dundee player was slipping over his own feet there. Can't believe we're into extra time. And 1988. 1988, the last time Dundee beat Celtic. Brendan Rodgers is picking up some accolades, isn't he? He likes picking up firsts for Celtic. COVID-2 unfolding. No complaints, Dundee deserve it. Yeah, they do deserve it. We've been absolutely woeful. Time for a clear out at the end of the season, says Peter. Reminds me of Ronnie's season. Aberdeen took 2 off us. Calm down, lads. Yeah. I mean, we still won it under Ronnie. But I think I would say that the players that Ronnie had were more enthusiastic and better than this. Tennis balls don't help, says Willie Van. That's a loser's mentality, yeah. Rodgers standing clapping like an idiot. Hearts are far better than that Aberdeen side. Yep. I'm not going to do a reaction video right after this. I think I'm going to go live later on. What has Johnny Kenny done? Oh, come on. $500 to 1 to draw. Maybe chuck £1 on it, says Michelle. I wonder what the odds were today for the Dundee to win 2-0. Simply no answer to the low block. Yeah, Des, you've hit it on the block. I mean, you've hit it on the nail on the head there. Sack the board chance. What's Michael down, man? Oh, man. Come on, Celtic. Come on, Celtic. At least get one goal. Try and do something. Unbelievable day. Win against Hearts, changes again. No need to panic yet. Game's over. That's it. The game's over. Full time whistle up in Dundee. Dundee have done the impossible. They had a game. Dundee look like they're celebrating like they've just won the league. Dundee are beating Celtic at home since the first time since 1988. Brendan Rodgers does like getting a little bit of history to his name. I just think it's unbelievable. Rub it in. The last time that Celtic were beaten by Dundee at home, Margaret Thatcher was Prime Minister. What a prick he is, isn't he? What an utter prick. Deserved nothing from that today. We deserved absolutely nothing. Piss poor all season. Let's talk about the game. There's no words. No words. We got this. You see the Celtic striker bringing. The players are just walking off. They're not even going to see the Celtic fans. The look on James Forrest and Callum McGregor's face says it all. They've been here before with Celtic. They've been here before. It'll be interesting to see if that protest cost us the first half. We also won the centenary in the double. Yeah, no, we did that. It was a fantastic year in 1988 for Celtic because we did win the double. Ian Cocker has a burn. Yeah, he is that. Rodgers looks finished. I don't think so. Team of losers, Hearts of Mince, shite bags, Horseshoe, Green Brigade out. We can see the fans already been split online with Rodgers as a charlatan working his ticket. He will leave us in a state this time. Deserved nothing today. Yeah, we did deserve nothing today, but I think that when you look at it, Celtic playing the game that we did today, it wasn't helped that the game was delayed by 5.5 minutes with balls getting thrown onto the pitch. The Celtics fans collective did put out a statement saying that the way forward, not another penny. You didn't following widespread agreement amongst the group members last night at a meeting this week. The collective launched the Not Another Penny campaign, effective immediately. For far too long, the Celtic board has taken its supporters for granted. They're responsible for the repeated failures in Europe. And they're a collection of Neds who have grossly outstayed their welcome. It's funny that the Celtic collective say that the Celtic board are a collective of Neds that have outstayed their existence. It's not particularly well worded, that, but these are just some of the failures we expose. An out of touch board making a mockery of their claim to be world class at everything. This contempt of the supporters was laid bare in the recent statement, the 6th of September. From today, we will commit to no more merchandise, no more food and drink at Celtic Park, no more stadium tours, restaurant, club run events, nothing beyond the match ticket. Not another penny, that was it. But today, the Green Brigade and the boys delayed the game for around about 5 minutes by throwing balls onto the pitch. Was that something that was planned with the collective in mind? Did the collective know about it? We're not a feared club anymore. Teams don't fear us in the league. Nobody fears us in the league. Games like this will continue to happen. Total disarray. Blame the protest, blame the Pyros, blame the Green Brigade, blame the board. How about blame the manager? You can blame the manager, but if you've got a manager who has players that don't want to be there, you've got to blame not only the manager, you've got to blame the recruitment staff. They've been looking at Balwisha for 2 years. He's too lightweight. Tenecte, he's too lightweight. Pushed off the ball far too easily. Look at the upper body strength of James Forrest. Look at James Forrest is a wee guy. But James Forrest was never pushed off the ball the way that Rio Hitati pushed. Rio Hitati is absolute mince. Absolute mince today. That result leaves Hearts top of the table on a goal difference of 13. 13 of a goal difference on 22 points. Celtic are on 17 points with 8 games played on a goal difference of +6. Hibernia are on +4. Let's look at the rest of the league. It is unbelievable reading when you look at the league. Heart of Midlothian, fair play to them, are sitting top of the table. They're going to be laughing tonight. 22 points, top of the league. Celtic are on 17 points, just like they were earlier on today because they lost the game. Goal difference of +6. Hibernian are on 11 points. Dundee United are on 10 points. Kilmarnock are on 10 points. Rangers are on 9 points. St Mirren are on 9 points. Falkirk are on 9 points. Dundee are now on 9 points also. Fantastic result for Dundee. Let's take nothing away from Dundee. They played their A game. They hit us on the break. Everyone knows how to play against Celtic now. Ange Postecoglou didn't know how to play against the low block towards the end of his time at Celtic. You know, teams were sitting back against Ange Postecoglou. Any manager that comes into Celtic will have to face teams playing a system. Every team in Scotland do it now. Sit back, sit in front of the box. This Celtic team can't break you down. They can't pass past you. They don't know. You just go solid at the back. It's the modern game that's shite, that's fucked in Scotland. But we're not quick enough. There's moments in the game where Rio Hitati, he gets the ball from Cameron Carter-Vickers, passes it to Scales. Scales backs to Rio Hitati, then gives it to Rio Hitati. Rio Hitati then passes it back to Cameron Carter-Vickers. What about getting the ball and then when Rio does pass the ball, it's totally a way out, and it's completely predictable. Same approach every week. It is completely predictable, and it's terrible football. And that comes down to the manager and the training staff. It's the same training staff that have been there for years. We cannot keep complaining in the low block. We are Celtic. See, we should know how to play against it, says Peter. There's players at Celtic that are not passing out as quick as they should be. And they're reverting to the way that they're trained, not by the manager, by the people that are on the training pitch every week, every single day. John Kennedy, Strachan, all these other guys that you see when Celtic put out their little 3-minute section of Lennox Town uncovered, unfucking. Do you know what I mean? It's woeful. Would Ange get more out of these players? Think so? I don't think so. Ange couldn't beat the low block towards the end of his last 6 months. He couldn't beat the low block. The football was terrible under Ange the last 6 months. Let's not lie. Don't know. There's no laughing today. No, there's no laughing today. The Pope's socks. Forget the treble, we're clinching to the league. The whole team's pish. McGregor and Hatate need dropped, yes they do. But who do you bring in? This is the issue. We don't have anyone of a good standard to bring into this team that could replace McGregor. And there's no one at all that's at the team at the current moment that is good enough. Paulo Bernardo was out injured. He wasn't even on the bench today. We're sitting back too cocky thinking that we're better than what we are. We're sitting back too cocky. Chill. Don't worry, guys. Rangers are doing shite down the bottom. We don't need to work as hard. Yeah, it's true. Bring back Ange. Can't believe I'm spending over £400 to go and see Celtic for the first time on Thursday. But nonetheless, I'm going to enjoy it. Even though it's going to be shite. There's no leaders in the clubs. I've said that for a long time, Stephen Kelly. Callum McGregor played at Celtic through a time where, let's put that up here. Callum McGregor came up through Celtic at a time where he had a lot of players around him that were better than Callum. We now have a collective of players that are worse than Callum McGregor in midfield. And that there lies the issue. Do you know, Callum McGregor came through a time where he had Scott Brown in midfield. And that's all you need to say. We do not have a Scott Brown in midfield. Do you know, Kieran Tierney came through when Emilio Ezagiri was in front of him as a player. Emilio was a brilliant player. Kieran Tierney came through, knocked him out of the team. You've got Tony Ralston on the other side. The only thing good this season is the 100 worse. My five midfielders, not one having a shot on the keeper. Yep. Going to crack up all on Glenn Fiddick now. Don't even drink whiskey. Start with two up front. That's a start. Are people really blaming the protest? Team has been drawn since before any protest. Yeah, people were blaming the protest off to a bad start. We're spineless. Balwishy, pure golf, Kalechi could not score in a brothel. I said that during the game, and I was told that Adam Idah was pish. Adam Idah was a 29 goal scorer for Celtic over his 18 months. 29 goals. Tierney and McGregor are shite. Yep, I'll agree with that. I would agree with that. Tierney and McGregor are wash. Pure wash. Maybe our players injured themselves kicking those rubber balls off the park. The thing is, we all sat the last fair transfer window and the majority have said we don't need to touch the midfield. I mean, we clearly do. No, I think we all expected. We were linked with a big French midfielder, if you remember, Michelle. A big 6'4", or was a 6'5" midfielder, holding midfielder. And I think it was expected that if Rio Hatate was going to be sold, that this guy would come in and be the replacement for Rio Hatate. The issue lies with the business, the football business. In the football business, the manager has no control. What we know for sure is the manager has no control over transfers. No control whatsoever. He was taken down to London at KT's mince and all. The manager was taken down to London to a charity event for Celtic to convince Kieran Tierney to come back to Celtic. To convince him to come back. Whose idea was it for him to come back? Celtic did try to get Kieran Tierney in for the winter transfer window, but it didn't happen. They wouldn't sell him, and I don't think the valuation was met. When you look at managers at Celtic, and the fact that Brendan Rodgers has to ask for a certain type of player, both Brendan and Calmack asked for better players during the summer. We needed better players in. The standard of the player has dropped Managed decline, but there we go. Tanakti looks better on the left than KT there. We need a general in midfield that's going to boss other teams. Yeah, we don't have that. But where do you get that? You don't necessarily get that with a foreign player. And especially one that comes into Celtic and then knows the demands of the club. I mean, you've seen Gordon Strachan working for Dundee, sitting in the director's box for Dundee. I've said get Martin O'Neill back at Celtic. Why did we allow Strachan to go and have a position like that as director of football at Dundee? I just think it's unbelievable. There are people within there are people within Celtic that should be nowhere near Celtic, and by that I mean not only directors. There are players that should be nowhere near it. There are coaching staff that needs changed. There is so much that needs changed at Celtic. And I don't say that as a reaction to just over the last... I've said this for a long time. Do you know, we get far too comfortable. Yes, we can all accept that when things are going well, you can still win leagues, you can win doubles. But the signs have been there for a long time. Do you know, the signs have been there for a long time. Managers need to change their number twos now and again. Simple as that. The best influence that a manager can get is a fresh idea from a new number two. Why don't we change this? Why don't we do? You've got fucking John Kennedy sitting there going, everyone's fine, mate. Everyone's fine. Kennedy sits like this for 90 minutes. It's fine. Win the next game. It's fine. But anyway, this isn't getting any better with Brendan Rodgers' style of football. Dundee did that with just 17% possession. Yeah, let's look at the stats for the game, if we must. Do we have to? Dundee had 17% of the ball. They had 151 passes. Their pass accuracy was 54%. You're thinking, that's absolutely shite. They had 10 shots and 2 on target. Celtic had 700 passes. They had a pass accuracy of 88%, which is low for Celtic. They had a possession of 83%. They had 23 shots and only 3 on target. There lies the problem. There lies the big issue. 23 shots, 3 on target. I don't think that there's ever been a time at Celtic where we consistently have so many shots at goal with so little end result. So little end result. Maybe just other Scottish teams are getting a little bit better. Any team that thinks winning every game is delusional. Just like our fans. Entitled, selfish and spoiled. We need a manager that can whip the board's ass. Yeah. Watch both Scales and CCV today. They're taking 3 or 4 touches before actually passing the damn ball. Love it. I've been saying this for weeks. When Liam Scales and Cameron Carter-Vickers dilly-dally on the ball, the rest of the team, what happened? What has Brendan Rodgers done to the team, and what have they done in training? Where is the one-touch pass? Where is the one-touch pass? The wonderful, fast-flowing football. The passes that... You can get Cameron Carter-Vickers on the ball, and you can get Scales on the ball, and they can have 200 or 300 passes between them. They'll pass it to Hatate. Hatate will pass it back to Cameron Carter-Vickers. They might decide to pass... How many times did the ball get passed out to Ralston, incidentally? Not very many. That tells you something on its own. That the players aren't convinced with Ralston. So they don't pass the ball out wide to Ralston. Tierney got the ball a few times, but they never passed it to Ralston much, did they? To try and get it going down the wings. There's lots of issues within in the way that Celtic are playing, and I don't necessarily say that 100% of the blame is the manager. I've said for a while, I think that we need a clear out within the... Maybe not a clear out, maybe it's the wrong word, but I think bringing in another assistant manager, a new guy with fresh ideas that's been at other successful clubs, that Celtic know, someone that's, got a bit of oomph about them and is tactically astute. Bring them into Celtic and go, do you know what? We're going to change this. Brendan Rodgers went with 2 up front today. It was the last throw of the dice. I've said before the game, we should be playing with 2 up front every game. Away from home at Celtic Park, you should be playing with 2 up front. I thought Hatate was great. Oof, that whiskey is good. Hatate was great. He's only had 1 whiskey. I never thought I'd be dreading it, but the next 2 games, yeah. Shin, for me, he looks like a good player. He was good against Livy and what he done against the Huns. What is he doing in training, though, that you've got to ask, what is he not doing in training that Johnny Kenny's doing in training? Johnny Kenny's getting the shout for a reason. Johnny Kenny's not getting the shout because he's Irish. Johnny Kenny's getting the shout because there's something that he's doing in training that Shin Yamada's not doing. So you can all know it. Martin O'Neill for chairman. I think Martin O'Neill for chairman is a big shout. To try and do something with the current board, I just think that we need... When you've seen Gordon Strachan sitting up there for Dundee, working away at Dundee, he's the one that got Stephen Presley and his manager. Give him his chance. It's a bit like the whole... Well, we've seen what Lenny could have done, did as a manager when he was an up-and-coming manager. But anyway, this team is shite. Yeah, it is that. Rodgers' time's up. I don't think Rodgers' time is up yet. I don't think Rodgers' time is up just yet. But anyway, right, that is me done and dusted for the day. Celtic got beat away to Dundee, away from home. I might go live later on just to purely... No, I'm not, because my throat's killing me after that. Anyway, have a fantastic day. Celtic fans, wherever you are, all around the world.